Let's see here. Do. All right, we are starting. Let's see if everything's popping up proper. All right, we are live, fellows. Go copy and send it to places. Places, my friend, places. In the meantime, introduce yourselves.
All right. Well, first of all, I am Sir Reaper. I'll be your gracious host upon this day, and your masterful, frightful, and I guess dungeonful guy for this evening. Anyway, before I pass the mic to the other people around here, I'd like to make two quick announcements. One, we're upgrading our video descriptions as of this stream and going forward to include a link to the individual channels of me and Big Mek Plays, also known as Maximo. And also we're updating with, and this is the second announcement, we're updating with a Patreon link to my Patreon for those wishing to support the show in the means of a small monthly donation. This is not something we have really worked on a lot yet, but money from this Patreon will go towards things to do with the campaign in itself on to some extent, as well as paying for stuff like art and better resources. Hopefully an API that doesn't crash as much.
Yeah.
Now, that's me done, and that's all the announcements I had. Who's next?
All right. Hello, everyone. It's me, Big Mek Plays, also known as Borguts. I play this character known as Maximo, an Ogren warrior, a Vistorian. Well, you can actually check me on my channel on Big Mek Plays. They wrote on the thing. And I'm actually have something big planned coming soon, in about a month. And I'm going to review that when it pops out. In the meantime, I want to shout out to a neighboring channel that I made connections with called Mega Choppa Wah Metal Project, an orc-inspired music artist who makes really good orc-themed music. So if you ever want something to help you inspire your painting or make your walls much better when you play the video games, go head over to him. They're good sounds.
Oh yeah, I've actually listened to them a few times.
Indeed.
While playing Dawn of War with friends.
Oh yes, and I have commissioned a piece from him for one of my projects.
Interesting. All right.
And I'll be looking forward to making it into a full show once everything comes together. In the meantime, we'll pass it on to the next one. How about you? Awkward silence. Love it. Hello, darkness, everyone. My old friend. I ain't your friend. Oh.
Oh, there he is. He answered.
There you are.
Why haven't you been picking up the phone? Anyway, hello, everyone. My name is Morgan1952, and I am playing your ever auspicious Austin. Oh, sarcasm. I don't know what auspicious means, by the way.
I'm more surprised you went through that entire complicated sentence without fighting up a single word.
Yeah.
I'm ready for you to not be able to say what in a few moments.
Well,
He's doing better. He's doing better. Anyways, hello there. My name is Art of War, and I play the ever loyal Creedsman Lucas.
Hello everyone, I'm Blackwood, and I play David, whose main game is execution.
Just remember, he will bust down your door and shoot your whole family if you step out of line.
Well, I won't
Is it-
shoot you. I'll just tie you up and just put a load of frag grenades in there.
This
And we're
reminds
definitely
me.
keeping that.
This reminds me of two things. Well, actually, doesn't remind me. It more so makes me want to talk about two things before we start. One is that I feel Worgon's dyslexia is like the brain augment for the orcs, where every session you have to roll a d3 to see what your intelligence stat is gonna be.
That's pretty accurate.
And the other, there was actually a Deathwatch campaign at some point between me and some friends, including Blackwood here,
Hello.
which only saw one session. There was a much more successful sequel later. But in that one session, we had a Marine's Lamenter, an assault marine, who, when an Inquisitor asked him, "And what is your specialty in the crew?" he turned around and replied, "Collateral damage." And every time I see David, I feel that there has been some deep-rooted subconscious inspiration within Blackwood to create David from that moment.
I'm gonna be truthful with you. The only thing I remember is my character panicking after the sergeant put him in charge of speaking for the group. My character was a mute.
I'd like to point out that between the Marines Malevolent, the Salamander, the Lamenter, and the Black Templar that was your sergeant, yeah, I think the Mute Blood Angel was our best choice at the time.
I
A
will
man
never
of
forget
many
that face
words,
of
as they say.
Words of the rest of them.
I'm just gonna say this. I'll never forget the face of that poor second in command. That man had
Yes.
to change his pants 3 times a day after that.
Well, enough about failed campaigns, and let's get to the campaign actively failing as we speak.
What? What do you mean? Maximo's right here.
Yes, but dark humor is better when served alongside black coffee. Anyway,
Then turn on light.
This stream is sponsored by Black. Fuck.
by non-brand black coffee.
That's all, folks.
Just eat coffee beans. Straight up.
Just
Grab-
crunch coffee beans for breakfast every day. Just
Just have a bowl full of milk and coffee beans.
Just have raw chunks of milk
Porky Pig.
and just have a chunk of milk, like a solid chunk. Put some coffee beans on that and fucking eat it. And eat the glass bottle too. Just eat it.
Where are you?
Well.
Pansy? Hey.
Commissar did go
Anyway.
against eating glass. Usually results with hurting mouth.
So, since we did not have a full session last time, I will not ask for a recap this time. I'll just keep the one glory there.
Well, we
And
can do a small recap.
no, I'll ask for a full recap of both sessions on the next one. Don't worry.
Oh,
But that's gonna be worth 2 glory points.
Take your notes, everyone. Take your notes out.
This will be worth doing
good
next
thing I record.
Yeah, it's a good thing we have this live stream, so you can just sit your ass down.
I just looked at my sheet and for some reason I have 5 wrath.
That is not right. It resets every session, so reset it to 2.
Yeah,
I
I don't
see
know
too.
why I have 5
Now,
wrath.
One thing, I still need Maximo and Austin to roll me for the daily objective. And I would like
Right.
to hear if anybody would like to exchange their card.
What
No,
is?
I'm keeping
I'm- Oh, I see. I got the same one I had last session. And also check my card.
I don't know. You think this one's worth getting rid of?
I'm keeping it.
I mean, if you are planning to use it.
Oh, I will, depending on how things are.
Oh, I'm answering to Morgan's question.
Oh, him? Okay.
And my character ain't no good still. I think I'll just drop it. Or
All right,
well,
let's just put on the board first.
Yeah.
Just show it for everyone. So the card we're dropping today is Silent Death. This card was used so that any surprise attack, friend or foe, would get +1 AD damage for the rest of the scene. Admittedly, not one of the better ones.
yeah.
And delete. And now, for my next take, I should deal you a new card. Oh, it's that one again.
I'll take mine.
So we're clear on what that means. Remember, defiance equals domination.
Right.
You know what? I think I might switch out my card. Because that's going to be a rare card to use.
Might or will.
Yeah, no, I'm going to switch it out.
Oh.
All right.
By the way, I did complete my objective yesterday. Oh yeah, yesterday.
I mean, as I said, so.
Alright.
It is
all right,
okay.
blood for
We
them.
are all fine. Maximo is here.
Okay, so after a successful critical hit, double the number of bonus wounds for the critical result. Make corruption test. Yikes.
If you want thing dead, it goes dead.
And here's your new card. I think much more fitting to your ego. Anyway, so last time we left off, our heroes, our agents by the book definition, ventured finally into the Underhive after their Torox ran of gas and they had to haul it to the nearest haven. They managed to eventually, through some persuasion and general chicanery, find a local drinking hall where they encountered a man by the name of Stick. I'm fairly certain. Yeah. And there, Stick posed them two routes which they could take to resolve the situation. The first one was to address a warlord by the name of The Hand, a local crime boss of sorts that was basically running this haven. The alternative was finding a dome runner, one of the people who dare to tread within the dangerous territories of the Underhive and do tasks that even hired guns and bounty hunters usually find difficult. Of course, that's when we had a bit of a problem with our feed and we lost connection to the squad. But with our servitors properly beaten back into the state they should be, and that's compliance, and having to deploy one extremely violent engineer for the task, we are ready to pick up where we left off. And so, last we left off, David had just posed to the rest of the team that wasn't there for the talk with the bartender the two options the party has.
Austin.
Sure.
So, like I said, we can either go with the Dome Runner or the big boss of this place. What do you think?
Dome Runner.
I don't want to get in crime and leagues with criminals.
Yeah.
Even though we were or still are.
The
Eh.
best option would be to go for the dome runner, like all of us are green to. Are green to.
Yeah. Gonna be honest, even if you wanted to go with the other route, I really doubt you'd really fit the crowd, if you catch my drift. Right.
Maximo can fit in some places, but not all.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you're fitting in here, big boy.
Anyway,
Alright, so it is to my understanding that you all would rather go with Gero the Spider in this.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It is quiet for ambience.
There is ambience going on. Is it picking up on your end?
It is not.
Are you sure?
Yes, I don't hear anything.
Can the rest of you hear the ambience?
Yeah,
yes.
it's fairly loud, turned up to max on my end.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll just refresh this page and see if it'll work.
Maybe check your settings too.
My settings should be on for it.
Either way, audio issues aside, we're gonna have to beat more servitors, it seems. Always fun, always fun.
Maximo is on his task to get it fixed.
I know where to get a brand new servitor. Looks at Austin.
I see
know,
I see three right here. Maximo is an ogre. He has a bit more value to the Imperium than that.
Anyway, before we start trying to kill each other on who's going to become the next servitor, shall we get going?
One more heroic esports.
I love that game show. Uh,
Anyway,
Alright, that should fix it for
I
now.
will say before you get going and all of that, there is one thing that we need to do. As I had clarified last time, this seems like a pretty good time for all of you to do what is called a respite. So, time to finally explain the rules of a respite after so long. A respite is a long period of downtime lasting at least 6 hours. You can spend 1 or 2 hours of the hours performing light activities such as reading, eating, talking, maintaining war gear, and standing watch over the group. If a strenuous activity that lasts for 1 hour or more interrupts the respite, then the respite must begin again to confer any benefit. I will say, oh wait, there's more. If a respite goes uninterrupted, your shock and wounds are reduced to 0 and your wrath points are set to 2. Resetting wrath in this way would increase or decrease your current wrath. You cannot gain the benefits of a respite if you're dying. Now, as of now, I hope none of you is dying yet.
No, not yet.
externally.
Oh.
Alright, that's good enough for me. In this case, you may all reset your wounds, reset your shock, reset your wrath, and you may spend 6 hours in a rest. As you have essentially whatever meal you can find in this place and take bedding by the area that Stick pointed out last time, which, if I was correct, was like, we don't have an area for you to stay, but you can sleep off to the side there.
We have the floor.
Yeah, you like find some more comfortable chairs and arrange them in a way. Austin takes a corner couch.
My character's just meditating.
Maximo will find a way to make some type of small bed.
And we tape David to the roof.
Why
know
am I
what?
on the roof?
I bet the
Maximo,
stealer put you.
Maximo, roll me survival to make a makeshift bed.
Oh boy. Survival.
You're good at that one, right?
I should be. With a score of 5, I think I do.
With a score of 5, you make an impromptu bedroll for your size, and even manage to find a blanket in the form of a large tarp.
Crude, but it still functions. At least somewhat better than... Anyways, Maximo will also do a light activity of maintaining his heavy bolter and trying to figure out how in the Emperor's name did it fail him in that one scenario a while back.
Will in that time also take a few minutes to wax his mustache again?
Yeah, he needs to maintain wax mustache and make sure it's curly and straight again.
Good.
He needs to keep up his appearance. The first thing about Vestroya is presentation.
Yes, that's what makes them super villains. Anyway, anyone else would like to do any particular activity while resting?
Austin's gonna find the gossip. He's gonna find the tea. Basically just talking around, getting the sort of local information, what's going on, anything noteworthy that's happened of recent.
All right, that's interesting. What about the rest of you?
I might maintain my weapons, armor.
All right, you won't spend your 1 or 2 hours maintaining weaponry.
I shall be maintaining weapons and then getting rest on the cold hard ground like any normal Krieger would.
So you're also gonna be maintaining weapons, got it. You know what? Let's all do a check here since Maximo had to. Austin, you can roll me cunning or persuasion or another one of your choice. David and Lucas, you can roll me tech.
Oh no!
Alright.
I'll roll me a persuasion. Let me check if my powers affect me.
Woo!
So we got a score of 0 with the complication, and we also got a score of 2 with a glory point.
I won't be
And we have a
counting that
score of
glory
3.
because it's on a personal request roll.
Fair enough.
But I will confer bonuses for successes, depending on what you guys find, essentially. Alright, so Maximo, due to your exceptional success, I will say you have 1 bonus die to awareness for the rest of the session from having a really good sleep.
Reminds me of the times I slumbered inside the bomb.
And now for the biggest power trip you can ever feel in an RPG. Maximo awakens feeling well rested.
Indeed, Maximo himself with an audible crack and snaps of bones as he stretches and just as he readjusts his uniform a bit and just he pulls out his little mess kit to look at it and just I messed up with my mustache as he'll start fixing it again in the morning.
Now, as for the rest of you, Lucas, with the 2, you maintain your equipment properly, but nothing too excelsior. Austin, with the 3, you manage to gather some gossip. I'll give you 1 piece of information in a second regarding to 1 question you may have. Now, keep in mind, make it simple. Nothing like What is the Hand's opinion on the Imperial Creed and how much does he abide by the Imperial cult? Nothing like that, please. David? Hello,
Do I
David.
accidentally pull a pin on a crack grenade?
No, but I'll tell you what happens. The next, basically, the reliable trait of your last weapon is spent for the session now.
Oh no.
As if you would just ignore the complication.
Oh.
So essentially, you complicate it, but because you have a reliable weapon, you may ignore this time.
The pin falls out of the grenade, but you put it back in.
Anyway, and yes, Austin, what would your question be?
I guess. How hard is the hang trying to go after the spider? Like, is the spider basically being actively hunted right now or not?
I mean, okay, that's your question. I guess the answer here would be that they're not really after each other. One of them is a dome runner, the other is a gang boss. They don't really relate at any capacity outside of business.
Good. That's honestly. I'm just glad to know he's not actively trying to kill him yet.
All right. As for Arlene, she spends like an hour going over some documents on her data slate, and then goes back to resting. And so with that, I think we're now good to begin proceeding towards our objectives here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so is there anything more you'd like to discuss or do before we head out?
Maximo
find
will
the spider.
probably do a a requisition of some type of food stuff to, well, eat. If the bartender has anything.
They do have rations. I guess I would need to make me an influence test.
Oh boy, how this is gonna work?
Hold on before you roll it. Oh,
Nope.
well, I
My
have not
mistake.
looked at the number yet, but I'll just say the DM before I do. The DM here would be. Let's see, where is it? There we go. It would be value 2 common, so no additional DN bonuses. But I will add a +1 to the value you need to beat. Oh, 0, okay.
I can only have a maximum of 2 anyway, so if that's the case, then Maximo can't.
I mean, a 6 is a 6.
Yes, that's a maximum of 2 though.
Yeah, and I said
And since
2
you
is
add
what
the
would
DN
need.
bonus of 1, it'll make it I need to beat a score of 3 or better.
No, you wouldn't beat a score of 2 or better. I said the original is 1,
Oh,
and I'm adding another 1 because you're trying to look for food in the underhive where it's a bit more scarce than the surface.
ah. Then
So
Maximo probably will stay with his original rations and let's see, he has.
All right. I assume with that,
He has 1
since
left.
no one else is piping up, you would like to proceed with the journey ahead.
Yes.
All right, so you make way towards where you have been told Gera the spider is. Austin, since you are the one who was acquisition information, it would make sense that you would know most as you head back out into the streets of the Hell Zone Haven. You would know that as it stands now, Gera the spider is. Let me actually pull my exact notes on that specific thing. Yes. You would know that he's currently undertaking a bounty to deal with a disturbance in one of the local under-hive landfills.
Alright.
So it's up to you to explain that to the party, I guess.
Let's make sure I heard you right. He's basically doing business in one of the landfills.
He's dealing with a bounty that he has undertaken a bounty that states that they need somebody to deal with a disturbance in the landfills.
Right. Right. Okay. Hey, listen up. So, asking around, again, find out what's the word and all that. I found that saying. Spider, it's taken up in bounty, right? Saying about dealing with the disturbance in one of the landfills. Didn't hear what it was or why, but seemed important enough to catch his attention. I have a bit of how we can find them is obviously find me in there if we're quick enough. Can't imagine any of y'all have any objections.
Negative.
But where to look?
Well, I mean, how many landfills can there be around here?
Well, we are in Hive, so many.
Well, I mean, when they told you a local landfill, they would have pointed out which local landfill.
Yeah. I guess he was just saying that to be cheeky then.
I think Maximo just didn't understand the original point.
Not the only one. Yeah. It's in south side or whatever direction it was. I'll be able to find it. Come on.
All right. Make sure you check equipment and make sure you don't forget anything.
Right. He runs back in, grabs his sword. Right.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that and get shot.
Don't worry, I always got my backup sword.
You have backup sword?
I got. You see him and he has 2 swords and 2 guns.
He opens his trench coat, he has another gun and sword.
Maximo with a just
one
faces,
trench coat's just
impressive.
filled with swords, the other side's just filled with guns.
All right, Maximo will hoist his heavy bolter. Keep it on safety mode at the moment.
David looks at Austin and just goes, "Remember what will happen if you lose that weapon."
I didn't get it from the Imperium. Well, the back one, yeah. This one that I commissioned. Anyway.
If you didn't get the power sword from the Imperium, where do you get it from, Austin?
Well, I mean, he didn't acquisition it. It was just.
He
I
came with
stopped
it because of his spaceship.
Yeah.
Maybe this would be a good point for Austin to not declare any more information.
Yeah.
You know, he got it off of
Especially with
Lamenter's
the
Space
dumbest
Marine.
stormtrooper right
That's the
next to
closest thing to Austin's lawyer.
And also his judge, jury, and executioner.
Yes,
Right.
I'm Judge Judy and executioner.
I trust you. Anyway, we should be going.
All right, since Austin declared that he would know the location, I would like Austin to be the one to make the check to find the location.
All right.
One of you can assist him if you have the points invested and feel like it in the stat he will choose for this.
Can I do cunning to basically ask for advice along the way from people just like, where's right?
Just ask Gangers along the way.
I mean, he's got Scum Savvy, which I realize gives him a
You
plus
could
2
say,
cunning.
where is the closest anime collection site?
Can I shoot him?
Trash
Not yet.
landfill.
But all right. I will allow cunning on the idea of you having scam savvy, but
Yeah.
if you go with cunning, considering none of your friends here have the scam keyword, I can't really see a situation where I would allow them, unless. Also, I don't think any of you have any points in cunning, do you?
Maximo can check sheet. He has only in 2 because of fellowship.
I mean, like invested points, like in the
Nope.
skill specific.
Nope.
And I'm not even gonna ask David if he has points in cunning.
You could say it's pointless.
No, I do not.
I don't see a point to him having points in cunning. The man is gonna shoot anyway.
Sounds like a pointed statement.
What's the color of my underwear? Bang!
All right,
Yeah,
so
Joke's
roll
on
me
you,
a
he
cunning
does not
check.
wear.
Hey.
5.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, with Austin's ability for telling you guys to sit back while he goes and talks to the local scavers, mutants, and gangers, you manage to eventually get a good enough scramble of directions to find the landfill. You suppose that on foot it would take you a few hours just going off the straight path.
That would be something. But Maximo's not affronted to marching.
I mean, none of you is afforded to marching. All of you have been marching for a while since you joined.
It's no worse than walking through that swamp.
It is actually very, very slightly better.
Wow.
David
But-
enjoyed the swamp.
Fair enough. But in any case, I'm obliged to ask you, is there anything you would like to discuss, talk about, or plan along the way before getting to the landfill? Remember that you are in an underhive, you're going to an unknown territory who you don't know who it belongs to seek out a man who you have no description of, and
The only thing we know is name.
yes.
That's it.
So, when we meet Spider, does he actually look like Spider or have some type motif of Spider?
No, I'm pretty sure it was mentioned he just acts like one. You know, has a web of information, kind of crawls about, sneaking like.
So he crawls.
He's a dome runner. It's kind of a thing.
Maximo tried to picture. He doesn't really understand the concept, but he'll do so anyways. As he'll nod at it. So, what do we expect to find in Trash Heap?
Hard to say. Didn't really. The whole kind of point of why it was commissioned. Well, not commissioned. Took up bounty to look into it is because don't really know what's going on. Just some sort of disturbance.
Maybe we could possibly find something good. Maybe.
Possibly. Could also see it as a competition for his bounty. If we're not careful.
That would be a troubling situation.
Yeah.
Maximo will just start looking around, taking in the scene itself.
I guess best thing we can do is that we all know he's, on our side. He does air quotes, try and be subtle about the fact that they are with the Imperium. We gotta play off that we're doing this, for the greater good type of deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know what that means in this context, but just forget about it.
David has a war flashback.
It's just the it's a war flashback with the oh, what's that song?
Fortunate Son.
No, the one from the Fallout 76 trailer.
Oh, Country Roads.
No, not Country Roads. The one where the woman spinning around with two machine guns. That song.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
It just wouldn't it be nice as fellow Scions are getting blasted apart by ion cannons?
And he's just sat there, just ripping apart cow with his volley gun.
There's a battleship stomping on a commissar.
We're definitely keeping that monetization that we're not getting anyways. Right. We just gotta play our cards right and just try to get on his good side. Simple as
Maximo
that.
doesn't really play much cards. They're too tiny for my large hands.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty big playing cards, but
They do make them in extra large.
Maximo considers this, and possibly will look into it later.
I love like the dead silence as David said that. Just like wait, what?
Arlene is just watching in the middle, just holding onto her shotgun, contemplating what life choice led her to the Underhive surrounded by these people.
Austin's trying. Not very hard, but he's trying.
David looks at her and just says, "Are you okay, Acolyte?"
Well, I'm fine. But we should get done with this and move back to the surface as quickly as we can.
Agreed.
After all, we carry sensitive information with us.
In retrospect, what did you manage to glean from said device?
Well, as I've mentioned before, it all seemed like staged footage from his perspective. Surely an attempt to, well, diminish our efforts and turn somebody against us. Possibly the populace. Though there is a worrying aspect to that thought, now that I have given it time to settle. They had already dealt with the local enforcement, and there is no footage of that. So they weren't trying to prove that the local enforcement has anything to do with it. They were waiting for us to show up. They were waiting for somebody beyond the enforcers to show up. The implication here is terrifying, but I fear we may I fear there is a high possibility the involvement of our organization has been compromised.
So you're saying possible spy?
The word we use is traitor.
Ah, traitor.
Yes, and for somebody to have information that good and that accurate, it'd have to be pretty high up in the ranks. Either, well, somebody who knows the area, knows the mission, and could notify them without much, well, without any of us knowing anyway.
Well, the only one who comes to mind is either our original, Harrow, or the other one.
Who is the other one?
So Locke was our
He's
first.
trying to remember.
Harrow is our second, Maximo.
I wouldn't say it would be Erwin. He's too far away.
And I doubt it is Harrow.
Maybe Sir Wolf?
We haven't
Well-
met Ev.
Well, I wish to be clear that this is not a conversation I wish to have. Doubting the loyalty of a superior is a very quick way to meet our end here, and
You did say high up.
trust me. Well, yes, but trust me. Putting names behind speculation is a good way to get yourself killed, as well as get a promotion in this business.
Is it you?
No,
Maximo wants to just jokingly incite that.
go ahead.
With a fellowship of 2, let's see what happens. I rolled a score of 2.
Seems truthful enough.
Just, You don't look like traitor. You're still friendly, so that's good.
Yes. I
I
mean,
doubt if she was the traitor, she would be with us at this point.
pragmatically speaking, the command came through a mental communication between Sir Harrow and the rest of us.
Are you
This leads me to
thinking-
believe that either somebody intercepted that communication somehow, or we have a traitor, and that traitor has somehow both compromised our organization and either had prior information to the attack and informed Interrogator Harrow, or somehow managed to get our information beforehand and lay the trap.
This
Well-
doesn't sound too good. Because things don't add up. Like, I can understand 1 + 1 = 2. 3 + 3 = 6. But this does not.
Well, I think it makes some sense because we've already seen whatever they're doing, they infect minds, blue book and all that. They've gone into people's heads.
Are you
What's
saying
the real?
there's a traitor among us?
No. What I'm trying to say is the whole mental communication thing. We don't have all the information. Far from it. And we can't just start going and accusing everyone before we at least get out of here. Form a plan. We're in a vulnerable spot where, trying to look 1,000 feet ahead of us ain't going to do us much good if there's a gun pointed 3 feet away. Meters, whatever.
Maximo
Knowing?
can understand.
So now let's focus on a task at hand, and we can worry about the big picture when we're not in the thick of it.
All right.
Alright. Man, this is a long walk.
It
As you
is
say
for hour
that-
or two.
As you say that, your talk is interrupted by finally getting in range of the stench of the landfill.
Well, only Maximo and Austin Park will smell it first because of the other two gas masks. They're maskers.
Well, actually, Maximo and Ireland are fine. It's just Austin. I would like to make a toughness test.
Alright.
See you squeamish.
Alright. Right.
Doesn't smell too good now,
Austin?
doesn't it?
Now, without complication, would you allow me to impart a penalty?
Oh,
Yeah, that's fine.
no. Oh, no.
All right. Not only do you feel like this stinks, not only is it bad, but also you find yourself having a sense of nausea, let's say, as you will count as poisoned while in range of the landfill. Now,
Alright.
what poison does is you suffer a +2 DN penalty to all tests while poisoned. Some poisons also inflict damage based on the poison. This one doesn't. Some poisons may affect your ability to function instead of or in addition to causing damage. The poison condition ends when you're treated using a Medicaid skill or you succeed on a toughness test at the beginning of your turn. So if we enter a turn-based scenario, you can attempt to roll for it, or essentially you can attempt to medicate yourself. The DN would be 2.
Right.
So you feel this nauseating feeling. Would you like to do anything about it?
Yeah. Let's see.
It's a Medicaid DN2 test.
Yep. He's basically gonna grab a cloth. I'm sure he'd have plenty. You just hang your
Keep
chest.
in mind that while poisoned, you have a +2 penalty on everything. So technically, you're looking for a 4.
Yeah. I have a 1. I have a 1 dice.
Not so great an idea, maybe.
Does anyone
Maximo
have-
just noticed Austin just as, it is not Maximo this time.
Anyone got a rag or something I can use? Oh, that is revolt.
Maximo
David,
does
I
have
think,
a respirator.
Ireland would approach you and is gonna say, Austin, can you
Not?
attempt to cough on my mark?
Alright.
Let's see, roll a Medicase, looking to be a DN2.
Turn your head and cough. Turns head too far. You hear neck cracking noises. You just, oops.
So like slaps you on the back when you cough. It doesn't go away, and it just looks at you and says, "Well, I tried what I knew."
That's right. I'll manage. Just someone keep eyes ahead of me. My eyes are watering. Ugh. Rubs his eyes after taking off his sunglasses.
So you continue into the landfill, and eventually, as you get in there, you notice a figure standing in the middle, very focused on looking around on the ground and among the trash. And I'm gonna show you what said figure looks like now. One thing I will preface with is he doesn't have a chaos star on the gas mask, but everything else is on point.
Huh. Oh, that was confusing.
Maximo will point out and just, is that him?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about the description.
There was no description.
Dome runner. In here.
I would like to ask everybody a question.
Yeah.
What is your stealth score? Like, normally?
My
Keep in
technically,
mind, passive is halved.
Oh, 3.
Toe.
I have an agility score of 4.
My
So 2.
my normal stealth is 2. My overall
1.
total is 6. Yeah.
And Arlen is 3. So I guess the highest was David with 4. Is it
I have
correct?
3.
Total or half?
My total is 6.
Okay, so 3. So none of you managed to sneak past him, which will lead to, I think, a rather comedic first interaction here. All right. In that case, hold on a moment. Do some stuff here. All right. In that case, I'm going to place you all in the formation we have talked of before, and then I'm going to take you them up. Now, if I was to do the I'm just trying to fix something with a map. God damn it. Okay, hold on.
It is awfully quiet.
Yeah, I was trying to do some stuff with dynamic lighting, but seems like doing some changes to that, so...
Yes.
Alright, back to business as usual. Sorry about that.
It happens, unfortunately. If needed, you should have asked me earlier.
It's fine. It works. I can still do what I need to do. Alright, there you go. And as you step in, you basically see this figure that is over here. I assume all of you can see my ping.
Yep.
Yes, we can see your ping. It's just,
Yes.
are these stacks of junk too high or low enough that we can see over them?
Oh, you can see over them.
Okay.
And you see this figure turn around and immediately take out 2 hand cannons and point them to your direction as you hear both of the hammers click back. And you hear a voice go, "Don't look much like gangers." Well, aside from the one in the middle.
Hmm.
And Alice goes, "Hey,
Not sure he was talking about you. Look, we ain't gangers, and we ain't here for a fight. Fight.
look, ring gangers."
Do I look like a ganger to you? You son of a bitch. Hey,
Do I look like a ganger to you, boy?
do I look like some kind of insane criminal? Yeah.
Pull out your Georgian batter boy.
Look, just here to talk, and maybe ask some help for you from you. See how it goes.
Well,
Hey.
I'm a bit busy at the moment.
And maybe we can help each other. We ain't here for nobody. Just here to help, or here to talk. And if us helping gets that moving along quicker, then that's just better for us.
All right.
Yes. We are seeking favor if possible.
No, all of you stay where you are still. Well, what would that favor be?
And looks towards Austin. Potentially getting ourselves repair of our vehicle, I think.
Look,
I mean, you also need a way to get out of here.
look, we're needing a way out, and our only mode of transportation is shot. Literally and figuratively.
Maximo would nod
Well-
with emphasis on the point.
Well, I guess you were lucky enough. I'm a dome runner. Know the air fairly well,
Exactly.
and I could help get you to a place where you could fix your vehicle.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Now for a question of my own, though. Who's your master?
The God Emperor. One and only.
Mm-hmm. I have him in my tripyard.
He looks over at David's armor, which is like the Aquila on the shoulder.
It's not just the shoulder, it's on the boots, it's on the chest piece.
I'm aware.
He's nothing.
Yeah.
He's just covered in eagles.
Well, I also
Yeah,
noticed
he
that
li-
Maximo's chest plate also has an Aquila on it too.
He like lifts the guns. He points the guns upward. Well, fine then. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Oh, you have
But,
itch?
but first, we need to get this. We need to get this place cleared out.
Hmm.
Can do, will do. As he pulls out his own 2 guns. Click, click.
All right. Scoot on over. Got some info about this.
David pulls out the M32 rotary grenade launcher.
I will move my 6 meters and also select the switch
I
off.
think we could just
I think they
Like,
saved the
move
Oh,
over
you don't have
here.
to. You don't have to do 6 meters. You can just move to the center where he is if you want to.
Okay.
But for the
Ultra instinct.
convenience of
Push.
time.
Poof. Yeah, you can. Oh, there you go. You probably need to name Araline so she can be identifiable on the board too.
Oh,
And
she's
also-
named. I can see her name.
Yeah, we cannot.
It's okay.
Okay.
No, we can't.
Let's see. We won't see if we have her name viewable for the players as well and him as well. And our people on podcast will be able to see it.
I mean,
On
hold on. I
podcast.
think I know how to fix that. One moment.
So our people on podcast be able to see. You sure about that, good buddy?
That's what the people of Tech Priest says. Something about Noosphere. I don't know about what that is, but something about Ethernet.
Can you see them now?
We cannot.
Let me refresh.
Oh, no, do it first. Can you see this one's name?
No.
Then there's nothing I can do for you.
Maybe Maximo can go in editor mode.
No, Maximum should not go and edit them.
No
Look,
T-pose?
it's fine. It's honestly, it's fine.
Okay.
It's hardly even an issue. Alright, so. As you approach, he like turns around and keeps looking at the scrap and says, "From the looks of it, whatever is here has been vandalizing the place, I hear. Had some landfill waters go missing, and it also appears that in times of need," and he pulls out a piece of scrap and tosses it behind him to where the rest of you are.
He'll look at the scrap.
You notice that there is a bite chunk missing from this metal scrap.
Huh.
Hungry gangers? Or monster?
Gangers don't eat rusting metal seats, Ogrin.
Maybe rust monsters? But those are myth.
Well,
Or rat
close
people.
enough.
Maybe-
Well, even closer there. My suspicion says Snatter Devils.
Can Austin roll to see if he knows
Devils.
what that is?
You can all roll me what's it called?
Scholar?
You can all roll me Scholar on that name.
Alright, Maximo, we'll see what he can do with
Glory.
it.
No. I got a 1. I thought I got a glory then.
All right.
DNF, by the way.
Let's see. Maximo got a score of 2.
Did better than I thought.
Still failed,
Alright.
but did better.
Maximo
I mean,
say,
hey, at least
no.
we got an extra glory now.
You know what?
Yep.
I will say I will spend a wrath point to reroll.
Well, go finally somebody used their wrath point in this campaign.
I used my wrath point.
Maximo will just remember harder and just... Kamosar once said something about something devils.
Yes, Maximo. Maximo, you would remember Commissar and a fellow guards mentioning a few names when you were fighting some of the bug boys. Some of them called them Snatcher Devils. Others called them Scuttlers. Some called them Void Ghosts. But the more smart guys tend to call them Gene Stealers.
Ah, pant stealers.
No!
Suggest
They won't take my
that is
Levi's!
me, that you had as role of scholar.
Or my
So you're saying we are hunting Gene Stealer?
Well, if that's what you want to call it, sure.
It's what I has been told what they are.
Then I guess we're hunting Gene Stealers.
Do you know how many? Because many are bad.
Well, the report says that there has been disturbances, but I wouldn't know how many.
Maximo is now cautious because of one of the enemies, so he's going to be very wary of the situation. Maximo has a subtle fear.
Alright, best we can do is probably look around a bit more, try to find some extra information, and keep on your toes.
And stay away from any ventilation areas.
I don't think there's much ventilation here. Just lots of trash and pile.
Actually, I'm gonna make the call that these things are technically pipes coming out of the junk, and these pipes here can be used for both traversal and cover. Basically, you're in full cover from the sides when you're in these.
Oh, I see what you mean. Also,
Yes,
I can
and
see
also, this is also, those can also be open, and there is a network underneath.
Right. I don't see where you're pointing at, but I think I get what you mean.
It's right next to you.
I'll just shift
Ah.
ping.
So hard about pointing here.
Maximo will just say, I do not like situation here. If we are fighting, Maximo would ask if he can do an awareness check to try to scope any suspicious signs.
Actually, what I would like you to do, if you're going to investigate the area at any capacity, is you can roll me awareness, but I would highly advise towards investigation.
Alright, Maximo will use investigation instead, since they're the same score.
Alright.
I rolled a score of 4. Gene Stealer, come out so we can slay you. Purge you.
Right.
Alright,
Investigate.
I would like you all to do me a favor. Alright, for Arlen.
Investigate.
You could say it's 4 for 4.
Now, before I declare what happens...
Sure got
excellent,
awareness,
Gareth.
but oh well.
Lucas, Austin, Arlene, David, and Maximo. I would like you all to position yourselves where you wish to be investigating.
Maximo will probably be looking at the trash pile over here because it's the closest part.
Alright. Garrett is looking here.
Austin will take up the rear.
Oh, he goes a little further away. Well, we all know how this
Arlen.
movie ends.
Y'all got
Ar-
no faith.
Arlen will try to stick
course.
close. Arlen will try to stick close to investigating areas towards the most competent members. She's gonna stick close,
But
David.
Maximo rolled the highest on his competence scores.
Yeah, but his bolt gun scores on the last fight were not the best.
Well, hopefully doing it that short that respite allowed him to fix that scenario.
Yeah. And
Alright.
to confirm or to clarify, saying he
It's okay.
Austin would have his force sword and plasma pistol out, not the 2 guns.
Maximo would be using his heavy bolter to push things aside.
Now
having
I'm
things
going
ready.
to make a private roll of a d6. And that would be... Oh my.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Can y'all stop? Like, God,
It's a good thing that we're not that we're in roll 20 because other virtual tabletops can show you where the mouse is, and man, I'm worried about the person my mouse hovering over right now. But as you all look, Maximo,
Mm.
you're the first to notice through your investigation that there appears to be a rattling in the trash pile. And I don't mean a rattling as in the tiny mutants.
Or the rat people.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
as in
Trash
something
people,
is
no here.
something rattles in the trash.
Is Maximo able to do an insight or what to try to figure out what's going on?
I'll basically say this. You can try to give out a warning. Basically, let's put it this way. You can either try to give a warning or essentially go on the defensive. If you manage to guess who it's going for correct, I will not add the surprise bonus to this attack.
I think I found something. Something living. Trash pile. As he points his heavy bolter towards the spot.
Alright. You see the wrestling begin to move faster. Who are you going to warn? Or are you gonna think it's yourself and...
I'm basically
That
yelling it
fuck over.
out for everyone to hear.
Oh, I want you to warn somebody in specific.
Well, the closest one is Lucas, so... Lucas! We found something! Look!
I immediately head on over to Maxima.
Before you head on over, stay where you were.
Right there.
Alright. And I want you to look towards this direction.
Which direction?
I'm pinging it.
Look towards Maximo.
Oh wait, hold on. You see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, turn token towards
Alright.
Maximo. There we go.
Yes.
Basically, as you turn to look at Maximo, you see the wrestling quickly go towards you, and out of this pipe comes a most horrible creature that looks like this.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, you guessed right, Maximo.
And since you were warned properly, it's not gonna get its surprise attack on you. Instead, we're gonna go on initiative.
Since we do have a glory point, or Maximo would like to go first, if possible.
Alright. You may go first. Then will be a Gene Stealer. Who wants to be after that?
I will.
No, hold on, let me. No. No. Maybe this.
I don't know, something with cowbell
No,
sounds
this not.
appropriate.
Alright, here we go. So, who wants to go next?
I'll be me.
Alright.
Lucas. Yeah.
I just realized if I could use fast draw to attack before this thing does, but eh.
Alright, next.
Austin.
Dave. Oh, okay.
Hey, Austin. David. Aralyn. Gerald. So, here's gonna happen now. The Genie Stealer will activate its Battle Cry ability, which activates in the beginning of combat, to essentially what Genie Stealers do with their Battle Cry, Swift and Deadly, is they get to seize and play first.
And this is why
So-
thinking about using the glory to seize it from it.
I mean, you can, but that would just be a ruin for me. You only have one glory. Actually, no, you have two.
So, any opinions, guys?
And
I
we should be
mean,
taking quickly because I would like to proceed with the combat. This might take a while.
Oh yeah, I think I'll take if everyone's okay with it.
That's
Yeah,
fine
alright.
by me.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right.
Is this thing
Uh,
considered engaged with him already,
I'll spend the
or?
ruin to seize it from you.
All right then.
I'm not giving you a free turn on the genie stealer.
I was ready for it. I was pointing gun, but it's
Um,
faster. It's faster.
It's what they do, and
It's cheating.
And the first thing it's going to do is you will see it raise this big clawed hand towards you, Lucas, and bring it down within human strength. There's a 9 plus your defense.
I think it's beyond
What
his
do
defense.
you- Yes, it is 7 higher.
Alright, then it's going to shift for 2. And that would be minus 2 AP from rending. 17 damage.
Well, he's dead.
Well, he's not dead, he's just dying.
Can I roll determination?
You can. Alright. Does this help you or would you like a reroll?
I will attempt to re-roll. Did nothing different.
Did you reroll? Oh, yes, you did. Alright, so minus 2 would decrease your resilience to a total of 6. And then you would take 11 wounds, 2 of which you can transfer into shock if you wish.
It didn't really matter because it went all the way up to... It knocked out my wounds.
Well, you're now in the dying state.
Yep.
And time to review the rules of that. Let's see here.
Wait, you only have a determination of 1? I mean... Oh, you have a determination of 4, you re-rolled.
Yeah.
Alright, so dying. You're on the verge of expiration, unable to move or fight properly, and will perish if you do not receive medical attention soon. When you're dying, you immediately suffer a memorable injury and fall prone. You cannot stand up while you're dying, and you can either choose to crawl, basic attack, or fall back. And now would I like you to roll me d6 for memorable injury. Lucas?
I think he's dead.
Oh, sorry. Had my thing
D6
up.
for memorable injury.
He rolled 2d6.
I don't know what you rolled 2 of them.
I think we'll just go
I-
for the first number.
Okay, so 2 is Battle Scar. So as it comes in, it slices across your chest, passing straight through your armor, and you immediately fall to your knees as that happens from the impact and force that this thing essentially bestows upon your flesh. And it lets out this horrifying scream before scuttling away. And with a speed of 8, it's gonna go all the way here. And now it's Maximo turn.
Alright, Maximo will move into the direction of it to actually have line of fire of it inside the tube. And he's actually going to just, don't you dare run away! And he will actually do heavy bolter with salvo.
Right. Fair enough. What salvo option are you taking? I assume mag dump.
Mag dump on this thing.
All right. Add your
Am I
salvo rating to
within
your-
half range? Or 36? No, half range.
What's your short range?
My short range, that's 18 meters.
Oh, you're definitely within short range. You have a heavy weapon and he's within 8.
Cool. And I'd get my rapid fire bonus on damage then. Yay.
I think it's on attacks.
Rapid fire. Hit on rapid fire,
We
short
have the
range.
handout right here.
Yeah, you gain extra damage dice equal to the weapon's rapid fire rating.
Yeah, that's on attack, not on damage.
No, extra damage dice equal to the weapon's rapid fire rating.
Oh, extra damage dice. Okay. I thought you just extra dice. I didn't hear damage. Okay, so add your salvo rating to your attack bonus. Add your rapid fire rating to your damage dice.
Mhm.
And let's go.
All right.
Sorry, not
let's
attack
see.
bonus, attack dice bonus.
8 with a glory.
And it's a crit.
Alright. So you get 1 glory from the crate.
So I do hit. Perfect. I also do my 2d6.
I mean, we're gonna
55?
get the glory anyway. But yes, and you can shift. I'll tell you exactly how many. That would take. You can shift 1.
All right, I'll put that additional for my damage rating. Hopefully I get everything done and I do 18 damage of -1 AP.
Alright, let me tell you your critical as well. Your critical is. Crimson Ass! The attack sears into the foe, fusing flesh into charred ruin. The assault hits the target in burning fury, making a smoldering mess of sinew and bone. Effect: the target suffers 1d3 plus 1 wounds and is on fire. And you may add 1 more wound for every glory you spend. So 1d3 equals 1, so 2 extra wounds, so 20 damage, -1 AP.
Should we spend a
And
glory
let's
point
see
just to
here.
increase the damage by 1 point? Nah, this should be enough.
Now I will say this, unfortunately Gene Stealers don't have an armor value for you to decrease. So
I'm
AP
just
is not
doing-
really gonna help here.
I'm just doing
But
flat 20 damage.
is 20 damage.
Yep.
And I'm going to expend 1 point of ruin in order to activate the determination skill, which is lightning reflexes. Spend 1 ruin to roll 66. The threat can roll determination against mortal wounds as well. Alright, so determination. 8 successes.
I'll make it 12 wounds.
It will confirm. It will decrease the damage by 7 then, and that will leave you with 13 damage, which after passing through its resilience will be decreased to a number I won't say. And you manage to heavily wound this creature, as it appears to, as you appear to have taken a couple of its limbs off through your bolt gun's assault.
Maximum
Still
just,
is a very long
ah! What was that?
Alright,
And
What?
he'll Maximum will also spend his simple action to reload his heavy bolter, and looks down
Very
towards Lucas. Lucas, are you still alive?
I am currently bleeding out from that wound. What do you think?
Good, you still
He's
talk.
close.
Means you're still alive. Means we can save.
He's giving sass. He can breathe.
Indeed.
alright, so now it's Lucas's turn, and
It's trailing blood. Chase it.
yep. Let's see here. You can make a basic combat attack, crawl, or fall back.
I'm going to proceed to fall back in this direction.
Alright, falling back does the following.
Basically, falling back is a disengage action.
Oh yeah, so you just wanted to crawl. So you move half your speed, I think.
In this case, I'm just moving 2 spaces right here. So I can get to some help while Maximo cover fires.
Alright. That's Lucas' turn, I assume.
Yes.
Austin,
Yes.
what do
He's
you wish to do?
He is going to move. Down. Here's the question: if I move down the pipe to here, would I be able to aim at it from there?
You will be shooting through cover.
All right. I'm going to make that bet.
It is kind of open on
Alright.
this point, so
Yeah, it's like the one place I can reach.
I mean, it will still be shooting through cover because, you know, there's still like substantial cover in that area.
Yeah,
But
you
it's
know
a
what,
plasma
fuck it.
pistol, so
It's a plasma
Let's-
pistol.
let's get dangerous.
Are you gonna overcharge?
No, not that dangerous.
You'll survive.
The cover bonus is added to the target's resilience. And the cover bonus in this case would be...
Is it lightly obscured, heavily obscured?
It would be heavily.
Ooh, I
Eh,
think that's a +3 or +5.
I need to find the ruling. Terrain and cover, okay. Cover... Oh, +2.
+2?
Yeah. +2 to its defense and +2 to its resilience because you're shooting it through cover.
right,
To
right.
avoid shooting through cover, you'd have to take the aim action, but you moved.
Yep. Why do I have 3 attack bonus dice? Oh,
Well,
right.
May the Emperor be with you, Austin.
Yeah.
And
Can I
make
do-
sure you roll wrath points. Spend your wrath points.
I
I have a savior protocol for that.
Alright, Austin, what do you wish to do?
How do I use wrath in this situation? Can I make my roll better?
I mean, you roll, and then you can use a wrath to reroll.
I'll do that.
Alright, so
Bob.
roll.
Baba boo.
Alright, you complicate, but you do hit.
At least
Yeah.
you didn't overcharge.
Yeah.
You do hit, you can't shift, but you do hit.
Alright. Damage?
Damage.
Damage.
Use a wrath on
Alright,
that.
it would be +2 to its resilience. I would not suggest using wrath for damage, not worth, especially on a gun that does this much already.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do another determination check to make it lightning reflexes out of the way.
I will see about that.
I was
But,
counting on
but
that.
you know, if I declare that, he's also free to declare reroll. Now let's see here. +2, that's that. So be. Yes, I would like to declare that actually. Would you like to roll your damage?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead.
Damage.
Plan the wrath.
16.
That'll work.
Wrath on the board. Pop. I accidentally pulled it from the wrong board. Sorry.
It's okay.
That board.
Alright.
Let's lay these poker chips.
So, I'm gonna be rolling termination now.
Alright.
He's looking to get a certain number or higher. Alright. He ignores the damage, but he takes 1 mortal wound from exhaustion
And imagine,
and is now exhausted.
nice. I imagine he just basically blows a carapace piece off of his back.
He basically
Or cover it
shoot
with molten
and it-
slag.
you shoot it at the weak spots Maximo has provided, but it tries to dodge away, barely managing to move out of the way as it takes essentially a sidewinder that blows on its carapace, and it appears to having trouble keeping up now.
You won't get so lucky next time, little rodent.
Also, I am aware I may not have done the rules for that one correctly. for the exhaustion thing, but I'll check on it afterwards. Alright. We have a
It
Lucas
does
on the
feel
ground.
right, though.
We have a David on the ground. Sorry, a Lucas on the ground. It's David's turn. What's going on?
What is David doing?
I'll remind everyone, Ireland does not have good medicine. As we saw
But
earlier.
she does have a good shotgun.
That's
Erling
it,
says,
yes.
it's my Lucas. I'll take care of him.
Oh no.
That is still within my short range, so I would
I mean,
like.
you will be
to-
shooting through cover.
I mean, I was gonna say I'd like to take the aim action with the dead shot.
I mean,
Or
sure you
cold
can.
shot.
Sure you can. Its
So,
defense will still have cover, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Is it really that much better than just moving?
Okay, what are you aiming at? What DN are you aiming at?
I'm gonna make it a DN3, so like in between the armor plating on its back,
Alright.
He wants to sever its spinal cord.
and I'm also gonna make this a salvo, so I add my salvo rating to my attack bonus. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes.
Full auto sniper rifle.
And the defense you are looking to beat is 10.
Good luck on your roll. Make sure you use a wrath. I would say use a wrath to get bonus out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Are you sure you want to be using your wrath on the first encounter?
Yeah.
Yes. I have reasons.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll use a wrath.
Alright.
I don't think I can get a.
That's a Alright, there's also a complication for both you and Austin. Austin, roll me d66.
I can get a
Okay.
complication on a reroll.
Yes.
Yeah, it's potential.
2d6?
And that's one wrath from you.
You said
Yes,
2d6?
d66. The two d6 next to each other on the combat sheet.
Oh, that one, right? My bad.
Alright, still.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry, wrong one.
Alright, I guess I'll take the more official ones then. 41 and 34. Let's find out what happens before anything else. So, combat complications. 41. Weapon malfunction. DN4 to repair.
Fuck.
So as you shoot it, you notice that the cooling vent seems to not be doing its job right now.
Maybe its
Come on,
machine
baby.
spirit's
Come on,
offended by
baby.
the stinky air.
And 34, dropped weapon. So it in fact gets so hot from the salvo that you end up reactively dropping your weapon from the heat. David,
So I don't get.
you may still roll damage,
Okay. How
and
many
you
do I
may
get?
shift 2 dice.
2 dice, so that's brings my bonus damage up to 8. So I'm
Alright.
gonna roll my damage. 19.
19 damage is enough as you shred, like essentially you do a thread line between its skin and carapace, and basically you peel off the carapace from range.
Like a Necron flare, it just destroyed atom by atom. But with red
And
beams instead of green.
the Gene Stealer is dead.
Yeah, then you all just see David just drop the volley gun, just going. Pop, 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 pop.
It's a simple action to pick it up again.
Yeah, and then David picks it up.
Keep in mind, next time you're gonna need to use a simple action to reload.
Yup.
He fried that pack.
Now,
Yep.
that's David's turn.
Erling hit Lucas with the med kit. But I don't have good Medicaid. I didn't say heal him. Hit him with it.
Ireland is going to move over and try to heal you.
Just starts clubbing me with the med kit.
Throw a book at him. Throw a medical journal at him.
As he's gonna use identify weakness.
It's my Lucas. I'll take care of him. Pulls
He's
out
gonna use
shotgun.
identify weakness. Points at Austin.
Hey!
Alright. That's a failure with a complication, so you suffer 1 wound, and since you're dying, that becomes an instant traumatic injury.
So another
as he-
D.
As he
another
tries to patch you up, actually, traumatic injuries are a bit different.
Oh no.
There's dirt in your wounds.
She accidentally rips your arm off.
You receive 1 traumatic injury, and you roll me d6.
See, I knew it.
Torso. You suffer an injury that impairs your organs like the heart, lungs, or liver. Any toughness-based tests may become more difficult with a minimum of +1 DN penalty.
Sounds like
So-
his lung was punctured.
I'll now add this traumatic injury to your sheet. These basically stay there until you can get either augmetic replacements or essentially good enough healing. So basically back on the ship.
You really need the good surgery stuff.
My guy,
Yeah.
he just fucked you.
She goes over and starts stitching you, but she punctures a lung.
I don't think you need this organ in here. It's in the way. Throws one lung out.
Play
Limbs-
Surgeon Simulator, boys.
Don't worry, Lucas. Limbs grow back. Sorry, ribs grow back. Turns to David. No, they don't.
David just looks at her, then looks down at Lucas and just goes, "The flesh is weak."
I am not a mechanicus simp.
David just continues to stare at you before looking around.
Now, Gar's basically going to prepare action to do a multi-attack with all his pistols at the next threat to show up within range. And that's gonna be
Which
good.
range? Long, short?
Within
medium?
range of his pistols. It doesn't have to declare the range, it just has to be within it. And that in this case means 18 at max. And as we enter the second turn of combat, allow me to impress you all as the impressionably young man I am. So, another problem comes out of this place here. As David,
Yes.
you hear another problem behind you as this horrendous screech of nightmares is heard.
Oh dear.
And before we go into initiatives, Yer will use his reflexive action to activate his action and shoot at this thing with his pistols. Now,
It is
to your
an interruption
surprise,
action.
what?
It is technically an interrupting action, so therefore it takes an initiative test between this Gene Stealer and Garrow to see who goes first, even if it's a held action.
No, it's a reflexive action to
Yes.
activate. Yeah, that's not. That's basically we met the trigger, so it activates. It doesn't have. It doesn't. Nothing needs to be rolled there. So
All right.
he's going to shoot his guns at this Gene Stealer. As you all see, this man who is holding two hand cannons at this gene stealer, and the gene stealer like does a scream with all of its arms like in a combat position, and that scream is kind of cut short by confusion, as you all see 4 mechadendrites jump out of his back, 2 over his shoulder and 2 under his arms, with las pistols on them. And that's why he's called the Spider.
Shit, I need to steal that.
And the fun thing is, mechadendrite shooting attacks don't infer a DN penalty to multi-action. And he also has the dual wield talents. Shooting both of his hand cannons doesn't cost a penalty either.
So you're saying Garros is bugging out?
He's going goblin mode.
I really need to steal that.
Hey, Peter.
So, first
Oh, no.
attack, first hand cannon, bomb. Second hand cannon. So far 2 for 2. Oh, sorry, those were the ballistic mechadendrites. Yeah, so far 2 for 2 on those. Third mechadendrite. Fourth mechadendrite. And now for the hand cannons. 1, 2. So all of the attacks hit. As it's a multi-attack, he cannot shift. But those are 2 criticals. So... Oh,
And don't forget his
and
complications.
both are the same. The last pistol is reliable.
Okay. What about one of his hand cannons?
That I will roll for that in a second, but first let's see the criticals.
Alright.
53 overpowering assault. Target suffers 1d6 shock and is staggered. So that's 2d6 shock.
That is fitting.
I mean, I would
Overpowering
be
assault
shocked
just
too.
suddenly he's he's armed, but I'm more armed.
So that's going to be 8 shock as this thing becomes instantly exhausted and takes a mortal wound from exhaustion. And then it's now time to roll for the damage. Actually, no, it's time to roll for the complication first. 21. As you may have noticed, the bosses and NPCs in this campaign, fellows, are my way of showing the incredible war crimes I can create in character creation.
Of course.
His revolver is out of ammo. He only had 1 bullet in it left, apparently, and forgot to reload. Now for the damage.
Oops.
And a 1, 7, and a 2, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. So, time to sum up. That's gonna be Okay, that's 10 damage total that passes through. As you see, this gene stealer get robocopped, but still somewhat standing, just limping, exhausted, and just
You say it's going out on a limb now.
yeah. And now, who would like to play first?
Well, let's see here.
Also, battle cry abilities activate. I need to check something about battle cry abilities. Yeah, I need to see if they activate on the beginning of combat or on the beginning of the target, like first turn. The free action ability activates at the start of combat or when the threat takes its first turn. Alright. So both Gene Stealers will try to use their battle cry ability. to go
Uh-oh.
first.
Well, we're losing, David.
Would anyone like to contest them?
No.
Well,
What do you mean, no?
I think we can. He only has one rune left. He can't fight it that well.
Man, I'm not going to. I'd like to keep a rune for myself in case anything happens.
Exactly. So, David, if you do take
Right.
initiative,
I mean, I guess I could to get the fast draw thing.
you're too far away.
Yeah,
gotta move
you'd have to charge back in.
Nope,
I
he's
can
too
move
far
right
away.
Here and, I can move right here and shoot this thing.
Ah, that thing. From the amount of damage, it'd probably be a little bit alive. Maximo can take care of it next turn.
I think how he's
Would anybody like to choose initiative?
I would.
Alright.
Take it.
Marking you one glory.
Yes.
All right.
And
I would like to simple action.
Hold on. Before you start telling what you're gonna do, who's going after the Zin Stealers?
I'll say Maximo, maybe.
Alright? Do we see any reason to change the order other than Austin going before Lucas? Since Lucas can't really do anything.
I'm just going last no matter what. Let's put it this way.
Ah, okay. You want to go after the NPCs?
He'll just last
Yeah,
it.
I'm going last no matter what. So they're all going before me.
David, your turn. I assume simple action reload?
Yes, simple action reload.
Uh-huh.
And am I still able to hold shot name?
Yes.
All right. I would like to. Aim at this one, and you know what? I'm gonna salvo it again,
Alright.
and I'm gonna aim. In
You do remember to mark down your reloads every time you salvo, right?
Yes, I am.
Good.
And I'm going to make it DN3 hold shot. I'm gonna be aiming for, like, the joints in the chest plating or like near that area.
Alright.
So roll for attack. Fuck.
6 with a complication.
Does the thick
You
hit
could
or do I
sti-
need to rat?
You still have a wrath
It
point.
does not hit.
I think a
I'm gonna
wrath would
spend
be.
my last wrath to reroll that.
Yes.
Yes.
We
That
don't
does
need-
hit.
We don't need you going
You can
down like
shift.
David did, or Lucas did.
And you can shift.
Yep, and I can shift 1.
Put your last wrath on the board.
Yep, oh, this.
Alright, that's 13 damage.
Don't forget to look at your
Well-
objectives just in case it applies.
It does not unless.
Well, in this case, I'll say this. It's gonna take
That's 22 on the complication.
this much damage. You managed to chip away a good bit of its flesh and carapace. As for your 22, 22 would be a nice old out of ammo, which it was anyway. So no issue there.
Aha.
Love it.
Now, that Gene Stealer is still alive
Unfortunately,
and very much pissed,
as it should be.
and he's going to come down at you and wave you hello.
It is
It does
wounded.
have a +1 difficulty to everything due to being wounded.
Mm-hmm.
So your defense counts 1 higher from what it usually is.
Oh yeah.
And it's
yeah,
going to do 2 attacks with Rending Claw and Second Strike.
Now that's the difficulty. Wait. Oh.
Does a 6 hit you?
Yes.
Oh.
Alright, and he can shift you for 1, I see. As he goes in with a Rending Claw. 16 damage.
I'm gonna try determination that. Fuck.
That's funny. Well, I mean, you take it.
Yeah, that's 7 damage. Or 7
Yeah.
wounds by resilience.
You are heavily wounded. And now it's going to go for a Second Strike. Which is also a Rending Claw attack on a 7. And can shift 2 this time. That's 15. Would you like to determination that?
Yes.
Go ahead. That's 14 now.
That's 5 damage. I am down.
God damn it.
Alright, roll me d6 for mortal injury.
Okay. Combat. D6. I am on 7 plus 5.
That's a battle scar. Add that to your memorable injuries. The Rending Claw. The first one comes in. It slices at your shoulder over the shoulder pad, but you survive. The second one comes like an uppercut and just goes all up your torso, sending you prone.
Memorable injuries. Where are they? There we go.
In combat. And you add a battle scar. And as to how it was added, you can just type Pure Strain Gene Stealer. And now it's time for the other Gene Stealer's turn. And somebody said it's not a threat. And while it is heavily wounded, and will be taking a +2 difficulty to everything it's gonna try against you, it will go against you.
Oh.
Maximo.
Maximo.
He could try.
That's a crate.
Indeed.
Hey.
That's a crate.
Yeah.
With your fucking words.
Yeah. Is an elite troop.
Yeah. It's an elite.
Don't think they get bonuses from that.
No, they do. Elite and adversaries do.
Oh.
So,
okay.
it's going to deal 15 with minus
Alright.
2 ending. So it's gonna be 6 damage to you.
All
Would you like
right.
determination?
Yes, I will.
Go ahead.
A 4.
Oh, you reduce it to damage and 4 shock.
Yep.
And now for its critical.
I'll take 2 wounds and 4.
23. A pretty dry critical.
All right.
Uh,
I'm at max
23
shock now.
is brutal rapture. Plus 1d3 wounds, and you're hindered 1. So let's roll a d3. No, that's an extra 2 wounds.
All right.
So you take 2 more wounds, and you're hindered 1. So for that, let me give you a little token thingy.
I think hindered increases my difficulty. All right.
We can use that. What hinder does is while hindered, increase the DN for all tests by +1.
Yep.
And let's see how long it lasts. Until the end of the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna go for second strike now. you still count as having +2 to your defense for this.
Mm-hmm. Still hits.
7. Alright, it can shift 1, I think. No, it can shift 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Raining Claw. So you will be taking 8 damage. Would you like to roll termination?
I will be unable to.
Alright. So you take 8 damage.
Alright. So that makes me at a maximum of 11.
So immediately roll for mortal injury.
Indeed, and it's 1d6. 5.
Indeed. 5. Yeah, that I'm gonna go up ahead and say this. Gene stealers are not a joke.
I know.
Like, no, I'm not saying this for you. I'm saying it for everyone. This game has managed to make a really lore-accurate version of the Gene Stealer because they are swift, they can get the first punch, and boy, it's gonna hurt.
Great.
Not to worry,
And-
Maximo's not
oh,
dead yet.
Your memorable injury is a twitch.
Yep, trauma. Remembers trauma. I make sure my belt's extra tight.
So you have a nervous twitch now. Left probably from damage in the nerves.
The
Alright.
nerve.
Maximo, you're next.
I will see. Let's see here. I shoot the thing. I actually can't shoot the thing. I stab it
You
with
are
my
engaged.
bayonet.
Wait, do you have a bayonet on the heavy bolter?
I do. Well, I have Ripper Gun bayonet, of course, and I can still use it as a melee weapon.
That's on the Reaper gun. The only melee attack you could do with the heavy bolter is an improvised strike.
I see.
Which you could still attempt.
Let's see my dying actions.
You can fall back, roll, or do a basic combat action.
All right. Basic combat action.
Yep. So if you want to do an improvised attack, roll me your weapon skill.
Let's see here. That's melee attack options. I'm gonna try to do a all-out attack.
You can only do basic attack when dying.
It's melee attack, range attack. I'll just do a
Basic
basic melee
combat
attack.
action.
All right
Yeah.
then.
So just roll me weapon skill.
Yep, weapon skill. Let's see if I can manage it. You. I don't think
Four
I'll hit.
unfortunately will miss
And I'll
as
spend
you
my
swing
last
your bolt
wrath.
gun in front of it. Oh,
I'll use my last wrath point to reroll.
alright, go ahead.
No, still a 4.
As you swing your heavy bolt gun clumsily in front of it, it dodges back and hisses at you.
You too. Now it'll be Maximo's turn.
Austin, it's your turn.
Yeah.
They're hurting your Ogryn.
Alright. Now you're done.
Here comes Bumblefuck McGee, everyone.
You know, the fun thing
Yeah.
is, I
Kill it again.
survived the first strike from the critical hit, all that, just to take only 2 wounds, or technically 4. And my second strike, when that did more damage, that wasn't the critical
Now
hit.
here's the thing. You could do a simultaneous strike
Does he have the
and try
ability?
to hit both of them. Oh, not the talent. I mean, like, you know, multi-attack, attack to targets.
Well, they are
Yeah.
engaged with us, so he has the potential of shooting us as well. If he does that.
If he complicates, yes.
Yes.
Now,
It's
question.
my Maximo. I'll take him out.
But hey, one traumatic injury. How bad can it be?
Now,
Well, if it was a
question.
plasma gun, I don't think it would be very dramatic.
Well, here's a question. First off,
Oh yeah, it's broken. Never
it-
mind.
well, I do have a question. I've been rolling with ABD3 and DBD1. Is that correct? Because like I don't know why. It's
I
on
don't think it is, but you should probably reset those to 0 every time you shoot unless stated otherwise.
Yeah. Don't know why those been on there. Now another question. It's gonna be a tech test to fix this, right?
And don't forget you have a +2 DN to everything because you're poisoned.
Right. I have a 1 dice.
Yeah, no. Just take out the revolver, man.
Yeah,
You
he'll
just say airlane,
he'll-
fix it.
He'll set down the plasma cannon. He's not about to drop a plasma pistol on the floor.
Well, you can just swap them as simple action.
Hey, you can put
Yeah.
it back in its holster. You don't have to, you
Yeah.
know.
Fast draw. He switch brings out the
Oh,
hand
yeah, you can
cannon.
faster. You can swap them for free, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it is actually. Yeah, it is free action actually.
All right.
Yeah. Just pulls out that. He won't be able to do the dual wield thing because obviously only 1 pistol. But hey, 2 DR.
I mean, you can still do an attack on both targets.
Which I will try to do.
Keep in mind that will also increase the DN by +2.
I'm aware.
So +4 total.
Might as well try it.
Alright.
Hand can. First off, 1 near maximum.
All right.
5.
Unfortunately, it's a miss. Go for the second.
Right?
That's.
Can't use.
You can use a wrath, yes.
Okay.
That's also a miss. Give me your wrath.
Yeah.
Now, since this is a situation of cards, I'm actually going to spin my card at this moment.
All right, go ahead. Let's. Cards and honor.
Everyone refresh their wrath. Minus Art of War. You didn't use any.
Yep.
You just went down.
Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to shoot a Gene Stealer in the face. Y'all having the fun.
Well, you
Yeah.
can still
Went
do a
down
basic
and yelled
combat
timber.
action to shoot it in defiance. Anyways.
There we go. Full wrath for everyone. But unfortunately, Austin, you missed both of your attacks. Fortunately, you don't hit your allies as you hear the bullets hit the pipes and go around the junkyard, and everybody just ducks.
Yeah.
Including the Gene Stealers.
Like, tick, 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 tick. It's like, holy shit. There. Yep.
That's your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Araline, oh, sorry, Lucas. Araline will turn around, take the aim action,
And use a
shoot a
shotgun.
motherfucker in the face.
It's my David. I'll take him out. I'm sorry, David.
Can I pull a pin on one of my grenades?
Gonna take the aim action and shoot at the Gene Stealer. That's +1 BD. She's within close range. And it is rapid fire, so it's also
Oh.
assault.
Assault has no bonuses to her at the moment.
I know.
Assault
mentioning
only
it.
gives you the ability to run and gun.
And there's the Arale we know.
Early and
She
save
shoots
us
the Gene Stealer.
in point blank range.
She knows the
Hey,
technique of shoot bug with shotgun.
And now +1 BD at her damage because of rapid fire. David,
Yeah.
you see the Gene Stealer in front of you do that hiss, and as it does that hiss, suddenly its face disappears. And then just a stamp of a neck.
That she wanted to do the
Does
multi
it collapse
attack.
on me?
She has declared at the beginning.
Alright.
Does it collapse on me?
It collapses in front of you,
Ah.
and then you all hear the characteristic. As none of you is actually looking at her at this point, you all hear the characteristic.
Why do I hear two music playing?
You just hear David just coughing and laughing at the same time.
I'm sorry, Commissar. Freebird was playing.
And now Garrus got turned around with all 6 guns. And guess
Man,
what he's
fine.
gonna do? Reload the revolver
6
as a simple action.
The sound of
and-
6 McCready is reloading at once.
simply.
Simple action reload, movement action aim. And if you could see the sun over the underhive, you would probably say it's high noon.
Maybe it's a distant clock tower.
One with 1 hits, complication though. Another hits, complication. And now for the ballistic macadendrites. First one that has spent a reliable. Hits. Second hits and is a critical. Third hits and is a critical. Fourth hits and is a critical. And because I'm feeling generous today, we're doing a whole yard sale here. We're going to shift, since he cannot shift for damage, we're going to shift 3 of those. We're going to shift 3 of those last ones for glory. So the party gains 3 glory.
Yeah.
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 And now it's the old man spider is here, and he's old man the spider is catching all of Texas. Fuck you, Oklahoma, you're next. I think 26 is out of ammo again.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, 26 out of ammo. He just loads 1 bullet into the revolver. Fire.
He sure does like wasting his ammunition on bugs.
He fires the other revolver, flies out of his hand. And you just hear him say, "Fuck it," and then all of the 4 last guns go off like a cavalcade. And now I'm gonna get to rolling damage, but if one of them happens to kill the bitch, actually no. You know what? If one happens to kill the bitch, we'll see what happens then. So here we go. Cannot shift for damage, but here we
Right.
go. 1 last gun, 2 last gun, 3 last gun, 4 last gun, 1 hand cannon, 2 hand cannon, and that's a total of, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 6, 12 damage. Sorry, 8 damage.
I smell
So-
Swiss cheese.
So you just see this thing that was already heavily wounded and about to start chomping you up, Maximo. You just hear bang, 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 and it just flies into pieces.
It
Fire. And
it
big
Half-Life
miss.
2 ragdolls away.
You know what? It half-left to ragdolls away and ends up in the pipe.
And somehow intertwined with the pipe, causing it to.
It'll be like that for several hours.
I would like everybody to roll me a corruption test for witnessing the glitch.
God
I'm
damn it.
joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I was about to roll.
This is why I have to clarify when I'm joking.
You did not shoot so hard it ended up halfway into Zinch's realm, okay?
And as we all take a second to notice if there's more, it appears that the area is clear. Or if whoever else was there decided to not fuck around with Arlen and Garo.
Sounds like they're gonna be a power couple in the end.
This was the one fight encounter so far where Lucas was absolutely useless.
Not totally. You served of taking
Wow.
one damage, managed to take damage out of one of us. So
Also, real quick, I just want to say, all that shit talking, and who's standing still, boys?
Because you're a coward. You ran away.
She has a point. She has a point, though.
I shot the thing and would have killed it if it didn't have to roll exhaustion.
Wait, this is not the
Oh.
I think I wanted.
Just keep shit talking and tell me how the floor tastes.
Tell me how the
tastes
floor
like
tastes, little
dirt.
man.
It tastes better than the sludge I'm used to.
I thought you were going to say something very, very different.
You
Alright,
could say
so-
it's full of mineral and dust.
It's
Perfect. Perfect.
Since you are,
Just like
since
home.
you are dying, you cannot really do much right now for us, but Garrus is going to start looking over the person nearest to him, which is Lucas, and Ireland will come to look over David.
David looks up her and just says, "Get the ogre."
And
Do not worry, friends. I will survive.
you heal 4 wounds, so you go from 9 to 5. You are still heavily wounded. As for you, Lucas,
I had taken 12 wounds altogether.
it doesn't
so-
carry over.
Oh, okay.
Not actually. Don't think there's any stem that carries over anymore. Anyway. As for you, Lucas, you heal 2 wounds. You're now at 5. And Austin, what's your Medicaid? Since well, there's only one course of action here.
Let's take a look. See, pretty sure it's in very few digits.
I mean, you're gonna get him up either way. It's at least 1.
Yeah, Medicaid. Where's the fuck? 1. Yeah.
Okay,
1.
so maximum you heal 1 hit point.
Well, Maximo is no longer in the dying phase, so he's in 10 wounds. He will slowly
You're no
get
longer
up.
hindered either,
Mm-hmm.
so you can remove all of those things.
Indeed, and so also Maximo himself will use his ability since he's no longer in the dying state. Called Born Survivor. He uses a survival will instead of Medicaid to remove own wounds in shocking conditions. I do not suffer any
Well-
usual DN penalties by using this ability on myself.
While you do that, I'm gonna have Garrett do something
Maximo rolls a
Wow.
score of 5.
down here. Alright, so you heal 5 wounds.
3 wounds. All right.
but
Maximo
it's
gets
one
up off the
wound,
ground and
14
just as he starts
Remember,
flexing.
3 icons. 3 icons is 1 wound, plus 1 wound for every icon above 3.
Mm-hmm. And he will start flexing as his skin starts to heal up on himself, and just it's going to take a little longer for that.
You'll get
mean,
through
wha-
a big fight.
Meanwhile, over to here, you
Where
will
did
all
he
notice
take
that
them?
while you will all notice that while you are doing all your Medicaid stuff, Gero goes over to take the Gene Stealers over to where the crane is, and he basically finds a bucket or something from the scrap, takes it over to where the crane's promethium tank is, pours some in, and then he just douses it, and then he just douses the bucket over the Genie Stealers and throws a low stick at them,
Good riddance.
and they
bugs.
just
How do you make a cat go woof? Put gasoline on it and set it on fire. Anyways.
and then he walks back and he's like, "All right, we should be done here."
I
Start
hope
getting
so.
I'll say the help is very much appreciated.
At least we managed to take the brunt of the damage.
Indeed.
Yeah, he says completely fine.
Maximo will nod. Good strategy for hiding in cover.
Exactly.
I was hoping to be faster than them. I'm not as fast as those gene stealers.
Yes, not the devils are a hell of a speedy thing.
Are they common here?
Not really. A couple will surface once every few years. We shoot them down and they stay deep. And that's how it goes.
Actually, yeah, lore question. Will Maximo actually know about the gene stealer cultists? Or not?
You can always scholar to see if you know more, because you already knew what they were.
Yep. Let's see. Scholar test.
This will be a bit more difficult, though.
Oh, it's a score of 2.
I'll tell you what you do know we do. You know that
They kill terminators.
they're bugs, and that they like to live in the dark, and then they eat people, and they're generally bad.
I already knew that.
I mean, what do you expect with it too? Here, you're all the two. Let me give you the wiki page on the on the what's the name? The biophage? Biophagus?
Biomass? No.
No, it's some sort of doctor,
Biophage.
probably. Anyway, and Gero says, "All right, we should all start heading off now."
Most appreciated.
Indeed. We'll discuss the rest about what I can do for you when we get to Rana's Haven. You think you're all in position to walk back?
I can.
I should be able to manage.
I can at least carry one of you in case.
David stands up as if he's not injured and just goes affirmative.
Roll my deception, David.
Alright.
You use those words, you will pay for those. You're fine. You're fine. Actually, no. You know what? We should make this a more appropriate check. Roll me deception using toughness.
Deception, toughness.
We have the ability to do such things, so
3 with complication.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
tell
totally
you
fine.
I'll tell you this. You take 1 shock, but
If he has no shocks, then he's exhausted.
no, he's not exhausted. Hold on. Why is your resilience at 1?
I don't know.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. Now it's fixed. What the fuck was that about? Interesting. Anyway. Oh, I see why. I see why.
Why?
Z?
What? Oh. Who did this anyway? Why is it in my bar?
Sounds like a good opportunity to do a small micro break.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I've got this under control.
Okay.
It just... Okay, there we go. No, it's fine. I know it's fine. Quick attention thing. Don't do anything with your tokens outside of Margin Health. Things can go awry very quickly. Alright. I will again a quick 5-minute break, and then we can come back to sum up the final scene for the session. I will say in the meantime, you all make your way back to Rana's Haven. Austin, you're no longer poisoned as you're out of the landfill. And the rest of you should be able to enjoy another respite soon.
Would my gun still be compromised?
Technically, until
I can't.
repaired.
Hold on. We can easily fix this.
Yeah, Erling, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
I think she has. No, she does not have one of those. Alright, let's see here.
Sounds like we need to get her some new equipment.
That's. I'll say this over. She will fix it during a. We will fix it during a respite, but currently it's unusable.
Sounds good.
Alright, so taking you all back here. And be right back.
All right. How is everyone doing today?
Brilliant,
Good.
thank you.
I'm a good.
That's good.
You know, I was fully expecting you to die in that fight.
I think everyone is expecting to die except for me. But I do challenge my authorities a lot. But in the meantime, I just thank everyone even considering us a watch and an entertainment of even consider listening to us despite our banter and jokes. I still say thank you to everyone who's, and even my co-stars themselves, actually staying here and sticking with us. In the meantime, I'm gonna go get myself some beverage. I shall return in shortly.
Hello. Hello, my beautiful people. I know
I'm just
you-
gonna say this: if you actually started singing that, David would just shoot you.
Uh, see how well that goes for you, buddy.
I mean, to be
Man.
fair, you have the hat
I has returned.
and the sunglasses.
You know, you're very. Think about it, you're really right.
Now I can just imagine Austin doing an Elton John music video. They're having the Torrox down the state.
Fucking singing Rocket Man. The Imperial version of Rocket Man.
David just
Hey.
looks at you and just goes, "We only sing bolt gun here."
Now,
Has any of you actually listened to bolt gun?
the
It's
game
just
soundtrack.
Big Iron, but it's 40k.
All I know is out of the warp with nothing to do, not even a mutiny to stir up the crew.
Now, quick question, all of you. How much XP have y'all spent aside from starting XP?
All of it.
Give me a number, please. I've asked.
All of you have gained the same XP.
We
I just-
we have a total of 220.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure I didn't miss it, man.
Yeah, I literally have only 2 EXP available, and that's because I literally put +4 to the pilot skill, so someone here can drive the Taurus without crashing into the nearest building.
Well, to be fair, we've still got it stuck somewhere and got a hole in it.
And which one was driving it when it got fucking wrecked?
Imagine
You
how
want
bad
to
would
try-
it be if somebody else was doing it.
Yeah, Maximo was, if he was allowed to drive.
If Maximo was allowed to drive, oh god, that would be just the funniest thing. Just like we roll up to a checkpoint, they ask us to roll down the window, they just see only the head peeking through there with just shoulder, nothing else. And it's like, what the hell?
An arbiter stops you, goes by the window. Is there a problem, officer? No. Like the only time an arbiter in his life has been the short guy. All a sense of authority leaves his body like a turd.
Okay, Ben.
He just looks at the Ogren driving and just goes, "Well, have a good day." And his partner just goes, "What? Why didn't you arrest them or punish them?" And he just goes, "Ogren driver." And then
also-
just turns away.
I don't have manacles that size.
Thirdly, commissars sweet talk their Ogrins. There is a good reason for that.
Yeah. There's a reason why the Ogrins are the only one that gets talked to nicely.
You don't wanna get icoomed by an Ogrin.
Indeed, as he tried to fight, futilely try to fight a gene stealer while dying.
Well, that's different. Ogrin is maybe the Ikoom of this universe, but these guys are the Frieza. They even look the part. Look at them.
At least I know one cooler alien.
Ah, we're talking about Farsight again. Anyway, so you all make it back to Reinhar's Haven, and I should stop this music. It's way too menacing.
Why not? We are inside the Hell's Haven. It is not a kind place either.
Yeah, but you know, we're not in danger anymore.
More or less. Relatively, I suppose.
Well, here's the thing. The worst that could come to you out here is a Ganyer, and we've seen how that goes.
It's not the worst that we handled.
No, it's more so the thing of, remember when they couldn't even damage David and he was laughing as he was slaughtering them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the simulations.
With the whole system of walking back, you said it was an hour's travel. Will I be able to do further healing with my survivability?
I'd say this: you will all get a respite before the next session, so don't worry about that.
Okay then.
So you all head back into Runner's Haven. Gear goes up to Stick and basically puts in an order. He gets a drink, has his drink, lowers his gas mask again, and it comes back to you. As you're all gathered, I assume in your spot that you were resting in earlier.
Maximo with a slightly disheveled.
His chest piece.
Maximo will periodically check his belt, making sure it's tight enough. While also trying to make sure his mustache doesn't stay frazzled.
Sometimes your leg does a nervous spasm.
That's why he's checking his belt, making sure it stays on, because gene stealers.
Meanwhile, David and Lucas have matching battle scars across their torso.
Look, we're twins. No, we're not.
Lucas is literally using his sniper, is quite literally using his sniper rifle as a crutch to carry himself at a reasonable speed.
And David's just walking normally.
All the while
Painfully.
fighting the pain.
It's not the first time he's been run through by a long, sharp object.
Hey yo.
You know, sometimes it's not the sharpest
So
tool in the
Garrett walks
junkyard.
over. Garrett walks over, and pistols are retracted. 6 shooters on his belt again.
Mm-hmm. He's
And
no
he
longer
looks at the lo-
spidering.
Yes, and he looks at a lot of you and says, "All right, first fair. You help me out, I'll help you out. But first, we're gonna need to get some things clear. Firstly, I'm gonna need a few hours to go and report back on my mission, claim my bounty and all. And then, well, I should be free to go about your business. As for that, you said you had a military vehicle, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
Thorax.
Alright. Well, there's one place I can think of, but it's gonna be a bit dangerous.
More dangerous than the gene stealer nest?
No,
Well then,
But
it's
a
not
whole
dangerous.
but a whole different, well, pile of things. You see, you're in lack. Or, I guess not so much lack. For there is an abandoned Munitorum factory somewhere in this dome. It's one of those rare treasures that we like to peruse from time to time. Most people don't delve too deep because, well, mutants and all other hive creatures that live there. But as of now, we have had a little bit of a break-in and a breakthrough at the same time. Some sort of new gang has moved in, using the Unitome factory as both a fortress and a supply base. Good news, they've probably cleared out the most parts. Bad news, well, if they spot us, I don't think they're gonna be too happy about us stealing from them. But should we
What do
make it
you know about
inside?
this gang?
Oh, I'll get to that. But I will say, if there's any chance of you finding your replacement parts, it's there. If you're really lucky, you might find a new vehicle altogether. Though I doubt it.
As long as it looks like the same one we had. More or
But
less.
now I really doubt it.
Our Torox is a rental and we need to return it or we're not getting our money back.
Alright, well. None of it matters as long as you're down here, so let's get to getting you out of here first. As for the gang, well, I'll tell you what I do know. They are more organized than the other gangs. As far as armaments go, about the same. They tend to wear black face masks and they like to wear blue. Their leader, I heard, is a big guy, tough guy. The hand.
Met him.
What?
He is the one that damaged our Torox.
I'll just try to pretend you didn't say that because you'd be stupid to be heading in there if that guy had enough firepower to take down the vehicle to begin with. But either way, I hear that he marched into the Hell Zone at some point with a large congregation of his troops, demanded that the Hand sends over his downtrodden as tribute. In exchange, he said he would immolate the place. Wasn't here at the time, couldn't get a look on him. But sounds like he means business. Needless to say, we're gonna need to prepare. We'll go over some more options and plans of how we could tackle this. Make our prep work. Once you've rested a bit. In the meantime, I gotta go conclude some business of my own. So unless you have any more questions, I should be on my way.
So looks to the rest of the group.
How long will your thing take?
Well, gotta go find the person who hired me, tell him the deed's done, collect my payments, and come back here, so gonna be a bit. Enough time for you all to rest and do some thinking. And then we can discuss about how we enter a heavily fortified abandoned unitorm factory that is run by somebody who allegedly, if he is the person you think he is, has enough firepower to take down a military vehicle.
He was using one of those mining trucks.
As I said, haven't seen them, don't know. Only heard other people, so. Well, He slaps his knees and stands up. I'll see you all around soon enough, I guess.
See ya. And
And he's gonna throw his hood back up and head out.
as soon as he steps out, the moment he steps out, he's going to turn to like Arlie and just like, "Hey, there any chance we can get some of those mechadendrite thingies installed when we get back to the ship?"
Well, I mean, there is somebody you could talk to about that. Aboard Zax's spear.
Right. No.
Next time you're there, you might want to look for somebody by the name of Karus Lambda 5771.
How do you spell the first name? He's just like writing it down.
Alright, I'm gonna write it down for you. Though I will say, I would not recommend meeting him without his behest. He's how do you say, interesting one.
Sure, I can think of some kind of way to get on his good graces. Or just wait for him. Anyway.
Well, either way, it seems like our friend is proposing a heist. Can't say it wasn't one of the options I thought coming. I suppose you're all able to manage to some extent, correct?
Should be able to.
Affirmative.
Can't be much harder than anything else we've done around here.
Alright, in that case... Well, I'm going to look over our equipment and wounds, however I can. In the meantime, I advise the four of you to take some rest.
As soon as she says this, Lucas goes to a nice little area and collapses into a nice rest. Just
He
face
crumbles
first.
Family Guy files into the bed.
Yep. Don't ask questions. Just sleep.
I guess so. As long as it works.
Yes. And perfectly on the clock, I think this is a good point to end our session.
All right. Good sesh, everybody.
Yeah, we fought gin stealers and we managed to all keep our pants.
Indeed.
Decisive victory for the Imperium. So,
Indeed.
how do you like it?
Oh, I love it.
Well, at least I
had
kept
a
my pants.
Great time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Initially, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have them fight this many. And something told me, well, you know what?
Where's the fun in that?
If they die, they die.
No.
We can
something
always
told
go
me,
to the
well,
last checkpoint.
basically, there was a voice in my head that went, they did tank the Stalker. There is no way these guys will take them down as easily.
Well, Maximo did tank the first strike. Even if it
Turns
was a critical...
Turns out, undermining your enemy is the key to success for the DM.
The thing is, the Stalker was only one. We had 3 Gene
Yes.
Stealers who had the ability to double attack.
But by the way, real quick, y'all want to know which card I got at the start of the session?
Sure.
The
Why
one that
not?
lets me ignore and the what's it called again? Fuck.
It allows you to reduce the damage from an attack and to regain 1d3 wounds after being thrown to 0, essentially.
So in other words, it lets me ignore my one shot. And I am
Well,
so I know.
you would go
Right.
to 0, you would roll your memorable, and then you would regain 1d3.
I'm aware, but I am so glad I didn't have to use it. Thanks, boys.
You can save it for next time.
Uh-huh.
Now, what if we had a 4-gene stealer who tried to butt tick Lostin instead?
I have a parry weapon.
Then how would that help you exactly?
Let me have one victory for fuck's sake.
So, I mean, it's not me taking away your victory. It's me looking at the stat line.
I know I at least could have killed it with, like, if it was up close and I could have done a multi-attack with the sword. That thing would have been fucking dead. Anywho.
Fair enough. Now, on to exiting. Alright, so, quick reminder, channels, Patreon, everything's in the description. We'll say this for a few episodes just so everybody can remember it.
Indeed.
Big things apparently coming in. Big stuff. I have been Sariper, I have been your DM, Gene Stealer Patriarch, and other titles as of today. I've also apparently been hitting every attack I made this entire session. Oh, what a terrible night for a curse, some would say.
Yeah. For you.
Nearly had 3 of the players singing the Her song, so...
Maximo
I mean,
wouldn't
hey.
have died.
I mean, hey, David is a loyal member of the Imperial cult. Doesn't he want to meet the Emperor?
He does.
Well, I can speed ticket you. You don't need to go there at all. Just say the word, my man. I got an entire book of things to kill you with.
I mean, I was
Actually,
just gonna say
We got a few books to kill people with.
if I was allowed to, I would have ended up pulling a pin on one of my crack grenades.
Maximo was considering that too with the frag bomb. But it would be a terrible end just to blow up at the end of the session.
when you go to hell, Santa Maximo sent ya.
When I'm going to hell, I'm taking you with me.
And then apologizing on my behalf for not showing up.
And so,
In all things considered, it was Austin's fault.
that has been me. Everyone else, say your goodbyes so we can leave these people alone.
Indeed.
I've been working 1952 as Austin, the verbal fucking punching bag of the night.
I have been Art of War. I am Art of War, who has been playing Lucas, aka the man who almost got mauled to death instantaneously.
I think all 3 of us were.
You lasted 5 minutes longer than me.
Because I'm Maximo, and Maximo
At
always
least I got a
lasts.
kill.
Anyways, and I'm Borguts, also known as Big Mek Plays. I play Maximo, of course, and I can see you on my channel on Big Mek Plays. I also promote the Big Choppa, I think it was, let's see, Mega Choppa Wah channel. Check them out. They have some nice orky music and all that for your orc-inspired adventures. In the meantime, Just remember, kids, adults, do your laundry. Get your dishes
Also, I
done.
would
And
like
make
to
sure
add
you
one
clean
more
your
note, Oleg.
fridge out. We don't need Nurgle's blessing growing inside your pantry aisle.
I would like to add one note to this about the verbal punching bag comment. Says the man who did not get hit, killed something, nearly, left it with like one wound,
I healed the
and
rest.
nearly killed two more things.
I did say verbal, not physical. That was their job.
Yeah, you take the psychic damage because you avoid the physical. Don't complain.
At least I didn't
give
have
you a few hard
a
times,
traumatic
Nick.
injury out of this, so haha, hee hee hoo hoo.
And I've been David. Praise the Emperor and the Omnissiah.
Alright.
But
Everyone have a
the
safe
same
night.
person.
Have fun.
Good night.
Until next time.